Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan, the site for another exciting NASCAR Winston Cup race coming up right here on MRN. Michigan is known for some great racing and some fantastic finishes. Barney, what are your thoughts on this track?
Well, look for speeds approaching 200 miles an hour and cars running 3 and 4 wide. That's a recipe for some exciting stuff.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Engines are fired up here at Michigan International Speedway for today's running of the KMart 400. Well, MRN welcomes you to their live coverage of today's events. 50 laps will be run on this 2-mile super speedway. Speeds approaching 200 miles an hour when they go into the first corner. It's going to be a great race today. As you see on your screen, this is the starting lineup for today's race. Some heavy hitters up towards the front. Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace lining up on your front row. Shocker for Michael Waltrip. He qualifies P42 for today's race. Fast in practice, and it just did not show in qualifying. They tried something different and it just did not work. But 43 cars lined up for today's race. 2 miles in length, 50 laps. It's going to be one heck of a race. High speed, wide track. A lot of cars going to be experimenting. You're going to see some cars running on the bottom, some running the top, some running the middle. Fuel mileage is going to be the name of the game today. Just who can stretch the fuel the longest. Pace car makes a sharp left turn off the track and onto pit road. And the cars now make their way to the front straightaway, waiting for the green flag. Here it comes. There it is. Green flag in the air. We are racing in Michigan. "43 cars scream off into turn 1. Tony Stewart started on pole, gets the whole shot going into turn 1 as they head down the back straightaway. Rusty Wallace on the outside of Bobby the Body. Right behind him, Ward Burton. Dustin Lewis Jr. starting in 5th position, currently running in that same spot, P5. Meanwhile, Tony Stewart gets a good breakaway as everyone else tries to figure out where they want to run. Here comes Steve Park on the outside of Dustin Lewis. You saw that in the top part of your screen. Stewart's going to lead lap 1. Up the speed now. 200 miles an hour. A lot of those cars are running close to 200 or over 200 as they went in the corners. You see from the backside of Tony Stewart's Pontiac. Looking back and see what he sees. Wallace on the outside of the body. Hart trying to make a hole there. Looked like he was going to try and probably make a move on Burton, but Ward went up the track, took the line away from him. Hart so far had a good qualifying session, good start to the race. Right now sitting P5, trying to find his way up to the front here, maybe lead some laps. We'll ride along with Bobby Labonte inside the car. That's his teammate in front of him, Tony Stewart, with Joe Gibbs. He's having a good day so far. Both cars running first and second. Down the back straightaway, you see that on that tack, you see that needle start climbing. They turn about 8,500 when they get into 3. Doing every bit of 195 down the back straightaway. These cars are flying around this racetrack today. 3 wide out behind the top 5. You see Jeff Burton way down on the bottom. Skinner and Dustin Lewis up on the outside of the track. The pack fanning out. Everyone trying to figure out what line works right now, what works for them, really. What suits their driving style. Down the back straightaway. Steve Park basically pushing Rusty Wallace by Ward Burton. Ward's going to slide back on the bottom, though. Wallace is going to stay in 3rd. It's going to be a fight for 5th here. Or excuse me, fight for 4th. Oh, but Park had a great run on that outside line. Is he gonna get Rusty at the line? He does. Steve Park now up into third. Now behind them, two rookies fighting over position. Matt Kenseth, Dustin Lewis back there fighting over what would be 8th position? 7th position, excuse me. Meanwhile, the Gibbs cars have got a good breakaway here. All the squabbling back there for 3rd place kind of letting these guys separate. Labonte looking to the inside of Stewart. Got his nose down there. I don't know if it's really going to work for him, though. I don't know if he got a good enough run off of 4 to really mount a charge. Staying on the inside, not coming up. Good flyby of the field here. These cars all up to speed. You can hear how wound up them engines are. Turning about 9,000 when they go into turn 1. Now they go down the back straightaway. Stewart breaking away. Good bit there as they went into 3. The top 3 pretty much single file. 4th on back though is still fighting over positions. And all that fighting is going to cause these 3 to just run away. But look at this. Labonte had a good run through 3 and 4. He's going to go to the inside of his teammate. He's going to make it a battle for the lead. That's what Park wants to see right now. He wants to see these 2 fight over the lead. Them fighting is going to bring him up there. Down the back straightaway. Still side by side. Stewart had the run at the high line though. He had that momentum built up. He's going to let him clear Labonte, but I don't know if he's going to keep it. Meanwhile, we got Dustin Lewis back here. He kind of trying to fight his way. Whoa! Got a little loose through 3. Trying to get up on the throttle. Got a little too much there and almost kicked the car around. Meanwhile, it's 3 wide. Look at there. Gordon now fighting his way through the pack. Another guy we're looking at, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, Jeff Burton. They're 3 wide behind these guys. See Earnhardt back there, Sterling Marlin, Terry Labonte. All trying to just figure out where their car works the best and if they can just stay in that line. Skinner to the inside of Ward Burton. That's going to be probably a position for him if he can make it stick. And just like we were saying earlier, these 2 fighting over position, that's going to cause Steve Park to join the mix. Steve Park is closing the gap a little bit. He is in the draft to Tony right now. Just by a little bit. Dive off into 1. Through the corner, smooth. Both of them still side by side. Ward Burton following Mike Skinner. That might be another fight for position back there. Dustin Lewis got a good run down the back straightaway. Oh, but here comes Labonte. I don't know if Labonte's going to have the momentum, though. He likes the inside, but Stewart, so far, he has got the pace on the outside. Ward Burton on the bottom. Dustin Lewis now peeking up high as we're now 20% of the way through this race. Labonte's lap times, past 2 laps, they kind of suffer. That's allowed Steve Park to kind of get up there to him. But getting by him is another story. Oh, Labonte looked good through 3. Park's a little bit higher up on the track. He might have a chance at him going into 1. Meanwhile, side by side for 4th. Dustin Lewis on the inside of Skinner. Will he clear him as they go into 1? He will. Well, will the 31 make another lunge? He's got another attempt here. He got up to him. Had to get on throttle a little bit to keep the car from going into the wall. Dustin Lewis is going to run away a little bit here. Dive off into 3. That 53 car can really go into 3 deep. A lot harder than all these other guys can. I think that might be his advantage. That car just gets into the corner well. It's just a little iffy on exit. top 5 rushing by the camera. See how high that 53 gets? Everyone else is kind of in that middle, that lower middle lane. He's all the way up at the very top, just trying to ride that momentum. See the pack flying by. Car still figuring things out. And look at Bobby Labonte right up against the back bumper of the 20. He takes the wind right off of him. Here he goes. They'll be side by side down the front straightaway. Oh, but Labonte, can he hold it there? I don't know if he can. He will. Labonte to the lead here on lap 13. Dustin also looking for another position. Steve Park, that's going to be for third. Top 5 all under a blanket here at Michigan. Labonte still on the inside. Stewart trying to fight back as much as he can. Stewart might have had him cleared a little bit, but not by much. Dustin on the inside. Not really where he wants to be. You saw him working that high line all for most of this beginning part of the race. Oh, but that car gripped up good on the bottom of 4. He goes up to third. But Labonte's going to hold on to that lead. And here he comes, Dustin Lewis yet again inside through 1 and 2. Way on the inside. Can't quite get to the quarter panel of Stewart, so he's going to follow behind him. Jeff Gordon coming up through the pack 2 now. He's up to 6th. He's on the outside looking into the top 5. Yet again, side by side for the Joe Gibbs teammates, fighting over the same piece of real estate. Right along with Jeff Gordon. See him looking at Steve Park here. Steve Park currently running 5th. Lost position to Mike Skinner. Peek into the inside. No. He's got some room down there, but that's not where the grip is, I don't think. So he ain't going to go that far. He ain't going to go that low. Down the back. Wilson still up on the outside following Stewart. Labonte on the inside. Skinner went up to the high side to try and block Park. He didn't quite get there quick enough. And along with Dustin Lewis here. Again, the top 6 cars all right there under a blanket. Dustin got a good bit of momentum coming off of 4. This is going to be a great run for him down the front straightaway. 53 to the lead. Possible? No. He thought about it. Don't think the car would have stuck through 1 and 2. But now Labonte's got clean air. He ain't got a car below him, above him. I think we could expect the 18 car to kind of start running away from this as we come to the conclusion of 16 going into 17. Off of corner number 4. Field beginning to really spread out. You see Gordon now going under Steve Park. That's going to be for position. If he can get there. 53 does another attempt on the 20 to get his position. That's for second. Skinner behind them looking there in 4th. Side by side. Oh, contact between the 20 and the 53. A little bit of side draft, I think, and the 53 got a little too close. He's on the way inside of the track now, and he's a little loose. Hang on to it. Whew. I think that was another little bit of those saves that Dustin likes to give us. Did something similar at Fontana early this year. He just did it again. Heck of a save by Dustin Lewis, but that cost him dearly. He lost a ton of positions and a ton of time. Now he's going to have to start working his way back up there. You see Gordon there in 5th. Dustin now in 9th position. We're only losing a couple spots, but here at Michigan, track position's everything. It's hard to make up track position losing time like that. Hopefully that's the only mistake he makes all day long. But Bobby Labonte, your leader. I think now would be a good time to take our first commercial break. Stick with us and stay tuned here from Michigan. Welcome back to Michigan Speedway here in Brooklyn, Michigan. Back to our live coverage of the KMart 400. Bobby Labonte has remained dominant, with Tony Stewart behind him, Mike Skinner in third, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett your top 5. But right now, a lot of the attention on track is going to the 53 car. He's been making up positions. Remember, before the commercial break, he had fallen back to 9th after a little bit of almost a half spin, but he is making up time here on the top 5. Meanwhile, main topic of conversation has been the 18 car of Bobby Labonte. The guy has dominated thus far in the 2000 season. Odds-on favorite to win the championship this year just by sheer volume of wins, points. Not many are going to be able to catch him. Thus far, he is proven to be a dominant force. Stewart dominated the early part of the race. Now we're coming up to the halfway mark. Next lap. Doesn't really look like anyone can really mount anything for Labonte right now. Speaking of anyone who probably could, it's Dustin Lewis. 3 wide down the back straightaway as they head into 3. Dustin Lewis dove in there on Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett. Same part of the track he nearly lost the car on, and it worked. He's finna make it 3 wide again. Skinner to the outside, that's going to promote him to second, but look at this, 3 wide for the second position, and Dustin Lewis, whoo, got a little tight going into the corner. But that 53 just went from 6th to 2nd in the span of 1 lap. Has that car come alive or what? Qualified P5, fell back to 9th, and now he is looking at the leader yet again as we officially crossed the halfway mark, completing lap number 25. I'm still a little in shock. That 53 car kind of saw a little bit of that dominance in Charlotte, little bit of what that team is capable of. Little falter at Dover. None of their doing really. It was got caught up in an incident, and now look at him, currently sitting 2nd, and right now looking at the leader and also looking at what's ahead. You see it in that camera angle. Lap traffic. Could that play a factor into how this transpires? And yet again, right on the back bumper, the 18. You see him go all the way up to the high line. Oh, I think I see where he's making time up. He's starting at the high line. He's kind of just inching that car to the bottom, taking that momentum from the banking and translating it onto the straightaways, and it is working for that 53. See, in 3 and 4, you really couldn't do that. He's going to cut it to the bottom here. He's going to let that car go to the top. Oh yeah, here he comes. This is going to be a good head of momentum right here. I don't know if Labonte's going to just stop him. No, he's going to let him come alongside. Side by side for the lead as they head into 1. Still side by side through 1. I think the 53 is going to clear him though. He does. Dustin Lewis to the point. Now the lap traffic. How does Dustin negotiate it all? He goes by Hutch Strickland pretty easy. Buckshot Jones and the Crown Fiber 00. And then Dave Marcus and the Team Realtree Chevrolet. Goes right by him. Labonte trying to follow after him. Trying to stick with him. Goes into the inside of the 71. Absolutely no trouble. Oh, but 18 got a good run through 1 and 2, especially through 2. Dustin's back on the high line now. He's back where he needs to be. Clean air for a minute here. I think he's going to use every bit of it to try and run away from him now. corner number 4, lots of clean air ahead of that 53. He ain't got to worry about any bit of lap traffic. So we're crossing to lap 30. Next time by will be 20 laps to go. Around the outside. Easy. Whoa! The 88 of Jarrett went into the wall. Jarrett did go up into the wall. That's going to drop him a few positions. Probably went a little too deep into one and just went up the track. That's going to put Skinner and Gordon now ahead of him as he fights over the next position with Tony Stewart. He's coming back though. Dave Marcus kind of held those guys up. Meanwhile, it's all Dustin Lewis right now here at the front. One more commercial break and then we will be right back with you. Stick with us, stay tuned here at MRN. Welcome back everyone to Brooklyn, Michigan. The KMart 400 still underway here on MRN. When we last left you, Dustin Lewis had just regained the lead from Bobby Labonte, and well, not much has changed. Labonte has been able to stick with him steady, but right now that 53 unchallenged as we cross into lap 35. Currently Jeff Gordon trying to mount a charge, trying to get by Labonte, maybe go up there and fight for the lead. But Labonte providing some good defense while trying to get on some offense and chase down that 53 car. Jarrett earlier went into the wall, had to fight over Tony Stewart and Mike Skinner, but he gets back into the 4th position. And right now Skinner behind him. You see this lap traffic is starting to make its way through further the pack. See lead lap cars of Kenseth, Rusty, Dale, and Elliott trying to get by Buckshot Jones. Earnhardt might be trying to think of a way to pass these guys while they're squabbling with traffic. Elliott goes to the inside, Earnhardt to the outside with Rusty. Good dispatch right there, just good pack navigation. Meanwhile, look at this. 3 car with a great run on the outside. He's going to get by Bill Elliott. He might be bringing Mark Martin with him. Meanwhile, look at Johnny Benson here in the Lycos number 10, right up behind Dave Marcus. I question why he would do that. I mean, I think he is a lot quicker than Marcus. Yeah, you see as he goes by him on the outside. Sitting right behind him, I think that'd make him lose time to Ricky Rudd, who's just up the road. Kenseth to the outside of Marcus there on the right-hand corner of your screen. He goes right by him. Keep in mind this is your top 10. These are the guys behind the leaders, the top 5. See just how spaced out everyone is now, the lap traffic, everything else. Meanwhile, your leader playing a delicate game. Feathering that throttle as he goes through 3 and 4. Remember, 3 and 4 is where he had his half spin earlier in the race. And right now, crossing into lap 38, I think he's pretty much settled in. I honestly don't know if Bobby Labonte can catch him. From outside of a caution, a mistake, I think that 53 stands a real good chance of winning today. Because he's starting to run down Ricky Craven you see in the 50. Look at the speed difference between the 50 of Craven and the 53 of Dustin Lewis. He goes into the corner deep, and my gosh, he closes the gap between the two in one corner. Goes to the inside. Clears him as he passes under the start-finish line. You see Bobby Labonte, Jeff Gordon still holding on tight, just trying to keep Dustin in their front windshield. Hopefully get by him and put him in the rearview mirror. Jeff Bodine, next car to go a lap down in the number 60 Power Team Chevrolet. Kind of saw Dustin lift a little bit earlier there. Didn't want to go as deep into the corner. Didn't really know where the 60 was going to go. There's the outside. It's going to go on the outside of Bodine. That's the line that he wants to be in, is on that outside line. It's just got so much speed up there. As we cross lap 40. Next time by, 10 to go. Down the back straightaway, you see going to the inside of Kenny Irwin Jr., number 42 Bell South Chevrolet. We know that team has re-signed Team Sabco. You know, from earlier this week, it was announced that Sabco will be signing Sterling Marlin, or excuse me, Chip Ganassi will be signing Sterling Marlin for the 40 car next year for 2001. Still up in the air for Kenny Irwin Jr. whether or not he will stay with the team during their transition to Ganassi and Dodge. You see there, Dustin Lewis going through 1 and 2, got by Kyle Petty, got by Stacy Compton with ease. Next car in line, I think, will be Ted Musgrave and the other Bell South Chevrolet for Team Sabco. That car initially going to do a partial schedule for 2000, but doing a full-time schedule. The resources were there with Bell South and Sabco, and you see the Ted Musgrave car trying to go alongside Brett Bodine. That's for position for them, but right now they're in the way of the leader. Officially under 10 laps to go now. 53 car extending the gap to Bobby Labonte little by little. Still holding that outside line, true around the track. Around the outside of Ted Musgrave as he goes into the corner. Ooh, got a little close to Brett Bodine there, the number 11 Rouse Ford. But I think he's going to try and go to the outside again. He will. Brett Bodine thought about going up there, but I think his spotter was telling him, hey, just let him go, he's quicker than you, just let him go by. Which he did. Scott Pruitt, the next car in line to go 1 lap down. PPI Ford, the Tide Ride. See Bobby Labonte slowly trying to inch back into the frame with the 53. They're getting by the traffic about the same as Dustin is right now. I think what's really helping that 53 car out is just up on the track. He's getting momentum, coming off the corners. I think that's what's helping him maintain and even grow the lead little by little. Goes to the outside of Scott Pruitt to put him a lap down. This goes to lap 44. Come down the track just a little bit. He's down the middle lane, going to the bottom. Just following that dark patch through the corners is really what he's trying to do. So far, put on a clinic to do it. You want to look back here, Mike Skinner a full straightaway behind the leaders. See, he's in right now. His crosshairs are set on Dale Jarrett running 4th. Jarrett, remember the winner at Fontana a couple weeks back, a track very similar to Fontana, just more banking. Currently running 4th Or a good day for Jarrett. Good day for Skinner. Top 5 finish. I don't think they would complain. So crossing the lap 45, 6 laps to go here in the race. You see they're going to dispatch lap traffic here pretty quick. Musgrave, Brett Bodine. Right now the 18 of Bobby Labonte pushing Scott Pruitt down the back straightaway. Again, very weird decision by these guys to push the lap traffic. I mean, you'd think that they're quicker than them, they would just go by them, but they don't. They sit there in the draft with them. They do go... Nope. Thought about the 18 going to the inside. There he goes now. He's going to go to the inside. As you see the 88 going by the outside of Ted Musgrave. Put him a little bit further into the pack. And Gordon hit the wall going into turn 1. Trying to go by Scott Pruitt, and Scott ran him out of room. That's going to put Gordon a little bit in the hot seat, but the 18 as well. He made contact with Pruitt going into 1. Now Gordon Gonna lose a little bit of time. He's stuck behind Scott. Scott is just not getting out of his way. Messing with lead lap cars, not a smart move. Now Gordon's going to go to the inside on Scott Pruitt. He's going to go by him on the inside. And now he's going to do all that work again to try and chase down Bobby Labonte. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett slowly getting some time back because of Scott Pruitt. Bobby Labonte down the back straightaway. He's run a good race, but I just don't know if he has anything left to really mount a charge against our leader. See Darrell Waltrip going by in frame. And just look at the gap between him and the number 53 of Dustin Lewis, a two-time winner in NASCAR's Cup level. His first win coming at his hometown track in Atlanta, second coming at Talladega. Right now, on track for his third win of 2000, the only rookie this season to win a race, but now on track to be a three-time winner. So you see him currently messing with Wally Dallenbach and Bobby Hamilton. Dallenbach went at the racetrack. He got out the throttle, goes to the inside of Dallenbach, goes to the inside of Hamilton. You see Michael Waltrip there. Great run for him today, going from 42nd on the grid all the way up to currently, I believe that's the 27th position. Down the back straightaway. 1.5 laps to go for Dustin Lewis. Smooth has been the name of the game for him in 3 and 4 since that earlier half spin. And it has worked a wonder for him. He comes off a 4. He sees the white flag in the air. It'll be 1 lap to go for the 53. Can he win his third race of the season and mount a charge towards the top of the Rookie of the Year standings? Through 1 and 2, smooth. Not an inch of trouble involved with the 53. Half a lap to go as he heads down the back straightaway. Still no trouble. A legacy continues to build. Lewis Family Racing and Dustin Lewis. He tags the wall coming off a 4, but it does not matter. He will come to the checkered flag and he will win the KMart 400 here at Michigan.
You rock, buddy. You are the man. Burn him down!
The crew happy about that kind of win. Set back earlier in the race. They kept digging, did not give up. And he wins his third race of the 2000 season and his third win here at the Cup level. Just letting that car cruise on down. Get a good cool off here. Excellent piece of driving by the number 53. He'll get to burn him down just like his crew chief had said. As we have a quick look here at our race results. See Bobby Labonte finishing second, Gordon in third. Jarrett, your top 5. Well, Dustin, I say you earned it. Why don't you go ahead and burn him down?